Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today's video, we're going to be looking at companions, and honestly, it's probably been about 2 weeks since we made our way over here. A lot of players, and I believe they are still being dropped right into companions from kind of the get-go. If you download AFK Arena, it's going to come to companions. A lot of players, and I get questions every single day. Why do I not see the same heroes that you're showing me in your videos and everything else? It's because you are on the companion server instead of being on the regular classic or AFK Arena server. So I want to hop in here because there was also rumors, and you can see we have been playing this for 180 days. Even all of the time that we missed, we know it's been out for probably about 200 days. So I mean, we're going on a significant amount of time. I mean, over half a year that it's been out. We have a new hero, which is Honesta. Now, with Honesta, it is also rumored here that they did release another Awakened hero. Now, when it comes to a lot of these heroes over on the companion server, again, it was kind of interesting because I believe it is the Awakened version of Brutus. That was the rumor that I had received. And I don't know if D2 is still playing over here, but even the guild that we were in once upon a time, a lot of players, including the GM, kind of left. So I don't know even when D2 has been active last, or if he's still playing this. Doesn't look like, yeah, it looks like he's still in a guild. So I'm thinking that he still does play. Let's collect some of the rewards in here and see what we can get. So the version update, like I said, I think that brought the Awakened version of Brutus and Honesta. So right there is Honesta. Now, if you're familiar or if you played on the classic version, when Honesta came out, the one that followed it, Honesta trained the Awakened version of Brutus, or Brutus essentially. And then, of course, the right there, Awakened Mauler Brutus. This is the third Awakened hero. We started and had the Awakened version of Solus. Then we actually added on that Awakened version of Taylene, which is almost impossible to get. And then the Mauler hero, so the Awakened version of Brutus in here. But like I was saying, when you look at Honesta, when you look at Brutus, they ran together in formations, and it was just absolutely crazy, crazy, crazy how strong these heroes were in combination of each other. So let's go on here. Yeah, got stuck on the Lilith loading screen. There's been a lot. Even looking here, most of the friends list I emptied out. A lot of players, again, that we started playing companions with, no longer do play companions in the entirety. And I'm almost thinking it almost feels like they haven't been updating. They haven't been adding a lot when it comes to the actual game itself, which is kind of interesting. Even thinking here, it is kind of basic with the purchases. Now, of course, we haven't made purchases on the companion server since release. But even looking at the event, so the Magician's Hat is here. Heroes Return, Ultimate Cards. Now this, of course, is the draw event that we've seen. But overall, it's just kind of backfilling some of the content. There's Honesta, and there is the Awakened version of Brutus. So let's hop over and see if we do get and have the ability to pick up the Awakened version of Brutus. And there he is. So we have 5 of 5. Let's go ahead and unlock him, guys. Boom, there is Brutus. Now, one of the issues, and look, we can actually ascend him already because we do have a couple Maulers built. Can we do it again? 3-star Awaken, or no, 2-star Awakened version of Brutus. Now we do need 8. So you'll notice in here, own Maulers with 3 stars times 8. So we need 8 Maulers that are ascended, that are at 3 stars to build it up a little bit further. Now that is true with all of these heroes, even looking at Solus, looking at the Ascension, we need 3 of 8. We have 6 of 8 in here. And then, like I said earlier with Taylene, this is impossible because you need 5 ascended heroes within the Celestial faction, which, I mean, I have none. I am not even remotely close, even the original version of Taylene. But again, we are not close at all to building this out in the entirety. But they continue to add more things in here as far as the heroes. And the heroes are just kind of, again, kind of crossed over because I believe in here, there we go. So pool refresh. So we do have her available in here. Have a couple summons we could use and really build her out. Her, again, in the Awakened version of Brutus, do go together incredibly well. So there is the unlock. Now, after they are released on the companion server, they come up and are available within the Noble Tavern 2 weeks after the release. So you do have to be aware of that. You do have to remember that. We start seeing the heroes 2 weeks after the original release. As you can see, we do have them in here. I'm going to try to get a couple more, again, kind of heroes that are getting, that's 3 stars, that's 3 stars. Let's take him up to 3 stars. Let's build up Warwick maybe a little bit further. That way we can try and, again, attempt to get a multitude of these up to 3 stars so we can build them up a little bit. So we have 1, 2, 3, four. We have four of, I believe it was four of eight right now that are built up a little bit further. But honestly, I mean, not a lot of maulers, not a lot of heroes in general. I thought they would be kind of added a little bit faster. Let's go ahead and knock those two out. Now we also do have, yeah, I mean, we have a lot more in here, but thinking one, two, three, we'll go with Pippa, 4 stars there. And then it would have to be Cirrus or Nemora. Um, let's go ahead and drop Nemora in here again. You know what? Let's drop Cirrus in here, but we do have Oku, and we have Ninja Turtle, which are both kind of built out in there. Then the Greyborn, we did get really a couple copies of Mira. We'll drop out these 5 stars, and I'm going to focus on building them because we know there's going to be a point where a Greyborn hero is going to be released in here, and a lot of these getting up to the transcended heroes, I know is going to take a lot more time than what we're going to be on here. So we do have Rain within there. Let's go ahead and build Cecilia. And Arno right there, we do have a Strilda, which is built up quite a bit. All right, 117 summons in here. Let's knock some of these out. Now, when it comes to summons in this game, in this version of the game, they give you a lot of summons. You get a significant amount of summons. But the thing that we find is when it comes to actually the development and the building of the heroes itself, that is where we are really, really missing, or they really miss the boat on, because you might get the heroes, you might build them up, get them to mythic, get them to ascended. Once you do get them to that point, unfortunately, there's nothing you can do with them because you do not have the signature items to build them up. And also gaining levels proves to be incredibly difficult in this game if you're not focused on, and even if you are focused on building out everything else that the game does have to offer itself, it does take a considerable amount of time to build them out. We have one summon in here, and it's a little bit different when it comes to the Destiny summons. Again, we use all of our scrolls in here. You can also use diamonds in here, but looking in here, we do get one extra scroll in here. Stargazer, this is another place where if you're looking to get those dimensional spirits, unfortunately, you can't get them anywhere else when there's not a dimensional hero about. So if you do not have the ability, just like here we have Albedo and we have Ainz, if there is not a hero that is currently up or available within the faction itself, you do not have the ability to build them up or add any more levels or any more ascension levels to them at all, which again is kind of disappointing because there's no other way to build them up if a hero is not available, if a hero is not actively available within there itself. So there's 4 stars for Silas. But like we said, with the Celestials, we were working on Taylene, and here these are all just the random summons. Dimensional, we did build them up a little bit further. You can see we do have Laios in here, and then we do also have Marcio. We were trying to build up Marcio a little bit further. We do need, again, another 4 in here to get her up to Ascended. And then we do need additional ones above and beyond that to actually build her up further. So it does make it very difficult, very time consuming. Like I said, with Stargazer Scrolls, you really don't get enough to make progression at all. You might get 1 or 2 kind of here and there, but when it comes to consistently getting and being able to use those Stargazer Scrolls, it's very difficult in here. Also within the store, gold, you can see, guys, we have 1 billion gold. We need so many more things to buy with gold. But when it comes to our red chest, when it comes to primordial and amplifying emblems, unfortunately, at this point, we do not have the ability to build them out or really buy them in any bulk to try to finish out some of these heroes or even try to build some of these heroes. So you figure for the amount of time that I've been playing this, guys, we were sitting on a lot of ascended heroes. But like I was saying, when you look at the plus 30 signature items, we have 1 right there. And we really don't have very many at all. We have 2, 3. But now we also do have Brutus. So right here is that awakened version of Brutus. Again, looking here, we can literally build his signature item to a +1 level because that is the only resources that we do have. And the same when we just picked up that copy of Anasta. We don't have the ability to build up anything with her. Not only, having kind of the bare minimum when it comes to getting the gear, we don't possess enough resources. Focusing on building out and getting even these primordial emblems, again, building him out little by little by little, it takes an incredible amount of time to build him out resource wise. So even here we get what, a +4. So we're a long ways to get. Now, of course, we also do not have the furniture, and we also do not have the engraving that was replaced by the divine effect, which is not available for that hero right now. But ultimately, the divine effect is giving a lot of what we see um within the furniture and within the engraving itself is what they added based on star level into the divine effect. So again, it's pretty cool. I still don't like that they dump, new players in here because I feel like it's kind of misleading for a lot of the content. We have the magician's hat that is up right now. I think maybe even the summons or the drops for that might be completed. Yeah, drop event concluded. So this is going to be gone. So the calendar, we have the alliance contest, which we've seen a lot of times. That's been kind of on a repeat. And then the guild treasure hunt. I don't even know if I'm still in my guild, which I'm not anymore. And there is D2. So D2 is in Berlin. But you'll notice when it comes to some of the guilds, even some of the high level, highly active top guilds, they are not completely full. Unfortunately, we're not seeing a lot of players that are coming in and playing on the companion server. As much as there are a lot of players that absolutely love it. They play on the companions every single day. I feel like I don't know the fate and really the future fate of the companion server and what exactly that's going to be looking like, just based on utility, based on the playing. Even when we started doing the last event, which was the really big event where everyone was in, most of the teams within that event were not full in their entirety. They were still and had a lot of gaps with getting players to actually come in and play within the game mode itself. All right, guys, just wanted to update you. Again, we're not really playing the companion server very much at all. Hop on here every now and then and looking, and I'm wondering if team notes. Yeah, so D2, I think, well, see, this was 426, which we got, there's 614. I think D is still playing because 614, that's another 5 days ago. I believe D2 is still playing. I'm wondering, can I collect up a bunch of those? That's kind of curious. Team notes. Yeah, we can get a couple. There's a copy of Thane. I think maybe this first one we already picked that one up. Yeah, and that's the one that I actually delivered to him. So yeah, I mean, there's still a couple pretty cool aspects. I like the team up variation. I wish they brought something like that to AFK Arena. I think it would be really beneficial just to see or work in conjunction with another individual. But guys, again, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.